Welcome to Current Chatter, the place where we dive into the latest news and happenings going on around the world. Join mother and son duo Kota and Losa as they engage in lively debates over current affairs and anything else that sparks a discussion. With diverse perspectives and a bit of fun, you never know what topics will come up next. Tune in every Friday afternoon for your weekly dose of Current Chatter. Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday afternoon, and you know what that means. Current Chatter with Kota and Losa. How you doing today, Kota?
I'm doing all right, Mama. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a good, productive week.
Yeah? What'd you do all week?
I've been busy and with appointments and stuff, so yeah, it's been a good week. How about you?
Work's been okay. Yeah, we're kind of just winding down, trying to get ready for the next season.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Q4, that's the rough one, man. I'm not looking forward to it.
We had a machine down for about a month, and it's our big machine that does most of our work, so that took a toll on us for sure.
But you'll bounce back, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Gotta get up.
Yeah, there's always a need for steel.
Knocked down. Up, down, up, down.
Down. Blue October has a good song about going up, down. It's called Jump Rope.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too funny. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's a good song. I do like my Blue October, though. So, Friday night, I am sitting, and my partners are, like, asleep. Rinna's kind of, like, up. Tristan is definitely out. I'm like, man, what do I want to watch on TV? And I had, like, kind of heard some rumbling about this Netflix show called Unknown Number, High School Catfish or something like that. It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I popped it on, and it's only, like, an hour and a half. It's a quick watch, and I'm watching it. And it's really about this.
So really quick, are there going to be spoilers in this? Are we doing spoilers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Spoiler, just alert. Spoiler alert for anybody listening.
We have to get into it. So it starts out with these two teenagers. They're like 12 or 13.
Young kids.
Yeah, little itty bitty kids. They don't know anything. They're babies.
Yeah.
And they're dating, right? And it's a super small town. Like, everybody knows absolutely everybody in this town. I think they said that...
You think?
Yeah. They said that their classes are only 60 people. So, like, each grade, and they have kindergarten through a senior high school all in one building, because that's how small this town is. There's these two kids, Lorraine and Owen. Right. They start dating, and their parents get super close. Owen's mom and Lorraine's mom get very, very close. They're like two peas in a pod almost instantly.
Best friends,
Yep. And then there's this Halloween party, and Lorraine isn't invited to the Halloween party, but Owen is. So Owen's like, hey, just come and be my plus one. And then they get a text message from an unknown number. They both get a text right before the Halloween party, and I believe they said something along the lines of, Owen doesn't like you. He likes us or likes me. And that happens right before the Halloween party. And after the Halloween party, the text messages kind of stop for several months. And then they get a text message out of the blue from a different unknown number. These numbers are constantly changing. And it's saying some really, like, vulgar shit.
Horrible stuff.
Just absolutely.
That was horrible stuff.
We should preface this that the whole series starts off saying all of these text messages are real. That's the first thing that pops up in this documentary.
It's insane. The things that she was called, things that she was, it's just so sad.
So some of the texts read, kill yourself now, bitch. And this is to Lorraine. Another one is, Owen's life would be better if you were dead.
They ask her to, kill herself. That the world would be better off if she was gone.
And then it kind of gets weird and sexual. So the whole time they're trying to figure out if it's one of the kids. They get the school involved, they get the superintendent involved, and, the school tries their best to figure out what's going on. Like, they would watch cameras and have Lorraine and Owen text the principal and superintendent anytime that these text messages came up, so that they would go back through and watch camera footage and see what kids were on their phone during that time, sending these text messages. But if a kid isn't staring at a teacher, where do you think their fucking head's going to be? Buried in their fucking cell phone watching a some TikTok or doing what kids do, right? It's like almost impossible to figure out from cameras who's sending these text messages.
Right.
So they finally get this sheriff involved, and I think it was Matt something. I don't remember his last name, but they get the sheriff involved, and the sheriff's thing was, why don't we just get the kids new phones? Like, why don't we get them a new phone and a new number? And for some reason, both sets of parents were like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, isn't that what you would do in that situation? Wouldn't you get a new phone and a new number?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that just seems like the simple thing to do. So some of the text messages accuse Owen of, like, going to hotel rooms with this unknown person and hanging out with this unknown person. So it caused, like, a rift between Lorraine and Owen. So they ended up breaking up. But the text messages are still coming. And, like, one of the the only thing that like, sticks out in my head is, like, one of the text messages saying that Owen likes to finger people and make them creamy. Like, no fucking child is going to say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I read that, I went, I don't think that's a child. And Rin absolutely was like, there's no way a child is ever going to write that. Like, there's just what child's going to think that way? Right. And it was just, like, I wish I could pull up the text messages because they are just, like, they're unhinged. Like, I don't know how.
I don't think that's the only thing you can say, like, is that they were unhinged. And they had a desperate tone to them. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they had this, it felt like, oh, I just have to say something or do something that will inflict the most possible pain in the shortest amount of time. Because I don't have it. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of time. That's how they felt. They felt
That's how
desperate.
they felt, but they, like, the text messages came day and night. Like, they were non-stop. Like, throughout the night. Like, this person just didn't sleep or even have a timer set to just send off these text messages. Like, it was just deranged behavior. Like, craziness. So, the sheriff isn't able to figure it out. So, he ends up passing it off to the FBI. And the FBI is able to get warrants for, it's an app called Pinger, and they're able to get warrants for the IP addresses to kind of figure out where these IP addresses are coming from. And from there, they find out that it's
every phone has an IP address. Everything that's on the internet has to feed back to some type of IP address.
Exactly. And they're able to narrow it down to, I think, a Verizon phone or something like that, or a Verizon number. So the FBI has Owen and his mother dump all of their contacts to him so he can kind of figure out where this is going. And then you find out where the text messages are coming from. It blew my fucking mind. I
just sat down for a moment.
Were you watching it with Pops?
Watched it with Dad. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you don't believe it. Because then, like, when they reveal to you who it is, everybody says, no, that can't be true. That can't be right. No, that can't be who it is. It was Lorraine's mom, Kendra.
The whole time. And the things she said and did.
Can you imagine saying that? Not even to, like, your kid, but to just a kid in general? Like,
no. That behavior is despicable.
It's like deranged.
Totally deranged. and she gets punished for it. Don't get, like, this isn't a happy, like, oh, we found out who did it, let's just move on. No, she gets arrested.
The thing, though, too, is they go to, like, they have a search warrant for any of her electronics, and this is the first time that they're able to, like, confront her about it. And she lasts all of maybe, 2 minutes before she's like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it was me.
The question starts off with, like, do you know anything about this? And she goes, well, no, I don't. And then they accuse her of sending the text messages. And for a normal person, I feel like they would be like, fuck no, that wasn't me. And she just went, no, it wasn't. No. and then they go, well, how did it all start? Did you start sending the first text messages? And then she says, well, it didn't start out as me. So she's, like, putting this blame toward some random person, then has decided to carry it on for several more months.
Right.
I think that the timeline was 22 months is that these kids were going through this.
The worst part, the thing that is that it was just such a shock to there wasn't like everybody, like including the people watching the Netflix series, shock and amazement. That's how we were. That's how everybody in town was. And she was like, yeah. By the way, I don't have a job.
I haven't had a job for like 2 years.
This is my job, is stalking these children.
She had a IT background, so that's how she was able to figure all of these things out and like go around and do this. But she had ended up telling her husband that she had like 2 jobs, and she would get up in the morning with her family. She'd get up in the morning with her family and get ready to go to work, when really she was getting ready to send her daughter harassing text messages and break up her boyfriend, who, by the way, she had to have some kind of crazy fixation for, because she was saying disgusting things about his genitalia and her mouth, or his genitalia and her genitalia. Like, it was disgusting. It was like, I text Mom after I watched it, and I said, Mom, you have to go watch this documentary. I had to go shower after I finished it because I just was like, I had the fucking ick. Like, it was gnarly.
You do get the ick. You do get the ick. It's like.
And how bad do you feel for the dad? The dad that had to figure it all out. That is a good dad, because he even said, you have to leave because I'm going to do something stupid. Like, his whole world is just crumbling. Like, he just like, what?
Right?
What?
And she was such a kook. And here's the thing that after a couple of days of sitting and letting it ferment, and it's like the daughter Lorraine completely forgives her, and like, I love her no matter what. Nobody else likes her.
I had to ask myself if I was in an alternate dimension, because who is going to forgive someone after all that? Like, I was sitting up, and I'm usually like laying back on the couch, but I was fully invested in this documentary, going, am I the only one here that like thinks this behavior is not okay? Because for her daughter to be like, yeah, I still love my mom. Like, me and my mom are still tight. Yeah, there isn't anything I wouldn't do for her. What?
Maybe.
What?
That was crazy, Dakota. That was about as crazy as Lorraine is, because she's like, I understand like forgiveness. I understand like loving somebody no matter what, but there's got to be like, she didn't care at all. Like, her mom had destroyed her life. You know?
Not only did she not care, but like the time, Kendra did serve a small sentence for what she did for
18 months
stalking.
To 2 years, I think. Yeah, for stalking.
Yeah, it was. She was in jail for a shorter amount of time than the crime she committed. The crime was like 22 months or something like that, and she'd been in there, what'd you say, 17 to 18 months?
Huh?
Like, how does that punishment fit that crime?
It doesn't. I think that because it's stories like these that make for new legislation. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's how it starts, with crazy stories like that.
But it was just so outrageous. And someone in the documentary had pointed out Munchausen's.
Oh yes, Munchausen by proxy. Yes.
Yeah.
I do. So was the FBI guy, I think.
I think so. Yeah. No, it was the principal. The principal had said, I think it's kind of a form of Munchausen's without the medication, because I think Munchausen's is when you medicate someone to make them seem like they're...
No. Munchausen is when you do it to yourself. Munchausen by proxy means you do it to somebody else.
Okay. But yeah, she like would do all these horrible things, say all these horrible texts, and then Lorraine would come home obviously upset, and who was there to
devastated,
comfort her and love on her and tell her it's going to be okay? Her fucking mom. Her mom, the one that's doing this, the one that's telling her daughter to go fucking kill herself. Just go die. Like, and calling her an anorexic flat ass bitch. No one likes your leggings. Shit like that.
And I just I don't know, if I did that to you, I would totally understand if you never spoke to me again, ever. Right? And Lorraine is like, I love my mom. I'm like,
so they haven't had
this is
contact
not a healthy
since,
relationship.
No. Lorraine has not had contact with Kendra since the trial, but they are able to share emails, and it shows you some emails between her and her mom, and her mom is so over the top in these emails. Just, I love you so much, my sugar plum. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. You are my sunshine. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, dude?
They're crazy. Lorraine was a victim. She was a victim.
100%.
But that she is so forgiving makes her look like she's culpable in some way.
I never thought about it like that. I think that's also what baffled me. Like, not the whole documentary in itself baffled the shit out of me. But it was Lorraine forgiving Kendra, just like, there isn't anything I wouldn't do for it. That's how it closes out. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for my mom.
Exactly.
I really had to, like,
I
am I
kind of just
watching
stared
this?
at the screen and was like, I actually was like, what the fuck?
That's the whole time.
That's it? Yeah. And then I let it marinate, and then I was like, that makes Lorraine just as culpable. If she's going to forgive and forget and just invite her mom back into her life, she's asking to get hurt again.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Kendra blamed it on, she had a troubled past, and she had some things happen to her when she was a teenager, and she had said that watching her daughter grow up and get into that age range of where the age she was when these things happened, that was her excuse, was that she was just trying to prepare her daughter for the worst. And it's like, I think you could have
and then they showed some of those texts again up on the screen when she's saying that, and that was some good cinematography right there, because as she's like saying all that, and meanwhile they're flashing these texts like, I hope you die, go kill yourself,
no one could love you.
Yeah.
No one could love a fugly ass bitch like you. That's her fucking mom. That's her mama. What in the fuck?
It was so funny. I saw a meme a couple of days before I actually saw the documentary, and it was something about are you worried about being not being considered for Mom of the Year? And it's a picture of her. And it was like, are you worried about not getting seen as Mother of the Year material?
That's funny right there.
And I didn't understand it because I hadn't seen the show yet.
Huh? But after you saw it, now you can have a good giggle.
I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I was just wild. And I gotta give props to the interviewers that were interviewing Kendra, because I don't know if I could have sat across from this woman and been able to ask questions without choking the shit out of her.
She was just like,
asked her,
she was a little.
They asked her at one point, "Did you think that Lorraine was going to kill herself?" And she went, "No, I never once thought that. No."
She's an idiot. You're an idiot.
What did Pops have to say after watching it?
He had the same reaction to it as you and I did. I haven't talked to him about it since, but the day that we watched it, and because it just ends, it kind of ends, and you're like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and like I said, I immediately had to go shower, and it was a very long shower. It was a shower like I shit myself, like I scrubbed.
It's got to be extra clean.
My loofah was like, "Please put me down."
Sorry.
No.
That's
it was
too
just
funny.
like, just so out of this world.
I just sat there and was like, I really honestly just sat there and was like, I don't believe this is true. So then, of course, I have to Google it.
And it's so true. It's so true.
Crazy.
And it's crazy because, like, Kendra was like a basketball scorekeeper and, like, was active in these kids' lives, like, actively helping out in the school and all these things. And it just, like, threw you for a fucking loop. For a fucking loop.
It's just not she's not a healthy person. Like, even though she did time, she's still not. Like, you should be reformed and she not reformed?
My spicy water went down the wrong pipe. Have you ever had carbonated water go down your throat?
Yes.
Not fun. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no. But I can't believe we haven't seen Don't Fuck with Cats. I will definitely watch that, and we will go over that. I am 100% for that. So,
all right.
I do have one story I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
And it just like, you're going to the hospital, you're getting ready to go under the knife. What is, like, you're getting ready to be put to sleep, you're trusting these people with your life. What is one thing you don't want your doctor to do? Obviously, you don't want your doctor to accidentally kill you, so we'll take that off the table.
Like, what could he do at that moment that would be like, no? And you're just hitting that thing where it's like, count down from 10. And you're like at 8.
That or you're already asleep.
Oh, and they do something to you?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've had several surgeries in my life. And my friend was like, he was a surgical tech when I worked in the hospital, and he was like, so when you go in and have surgery, and I said, those people in the surgery suites are always so nice, and it's so great. They really, they have great bedside manner and blah, blah, blah. And they got me a warm blanket, and he just laughed, and he's like, as soon as you're asleep, all that goes out the window, and like the blankets come off, and we're twisting and tangling you up into where you're supposed. And I'm like,
so that's why
they're horrifying.
They're so nice because they're so nice because they know they got you. They had you in a pretzel position 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I bet you didn't know your body could move this way.
Yeah, exactly. So that scares me every time I go under.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I've had my fair share of surgeries. I'm like, please be nice to me while I'm unconscious.
Okay. All right. How about this one? This happened 6 days ago, or it was reported on BBC 6 days ago. Doctor walked out of operation for sex with a nurse.
Well, they got caught, obviously. Like, what was he?
And the doctor described his own behavior as shameful.
You think? Yeah. Like, what kind of doctor was he? I'm curious, like, what the surgical procedure was.
I don't know, because I do this every time I read the headline and said, I'm going to talk about it. I have no idea. So let's get into it.
So, like, if he was a heart surgeon?
A doctor left a patient... Here, hold this for a second.
Right? That would be bad. Like,
okay, so,
was everybody else taking a break? Was he just the only one that got caught?
Do you think people take breaks during surgery? Or is it like
if it's a long surgery, like, sometimes brain surgeons go for, like, heart surgeons can go for, 10, 12 hours. Like, some surgeries like reconstruction surgeries or...
So obviously they need a break at some point. Okay. Anyways, a doctor left a patient on an operating table under anesthesia to go have sex with a nurse in another room. Dr. Shunhal, 44, and an unnamed nurse were caught in a compromising position by a shocked colleague at a hospital in Greater Massachusetts. The incident in September came to light after Dr. Ahmed, who had been living in Pakistan, applied to work in the UK again. He did not dispute the evidence against him presented by the General Medical Council, or the GMC, during the hearing in, it's Manchester, Manchester, not Massachusetts, in Manchester, and said his behavior had been shameful.
I don't know, Kota, I've known a couple surgeons in my life. They all have a God complex. So, of course, I could see a surgeon doing that. Sorry, not sorry. Like, do better.
So it says that he told the anesthesiologist he needed a comfort break and asked another nursing colleague to monitor the male patient halfway through the procedure. Instead of taking a break, the doctor went into another operating theater at the hospital where he had sex with a woman referred in the hearing as Nurse C.
She didn't even get Nurse A. She got Nurse C, as in cat, as
well,
in
there might...
crazy, as in... Sorry.
Cuckoo?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep reading. And the nurse who walked in on the pair had been shocked and quickly walked through the theater to the exit doors. The doctor, who was gone for about 8 minutes, came back in the into the operating room to complete his work. That's a fast guy. 8 minutes?
Yeah. Well.
He said the nurse who discovered them went on to report the matter to her line manager. Before the case was opened by GMC, doctor said he did not dispute the facts of the case and admitted engaging in sexual activity with nurse C. He said he knew she was likely to be nearby when he left his patient. He also admitted his action had the potential to put his patient at risk.
You think?
He told... He wanted to resume his career in the UK and promised there would never be a repeat of the one-off error of judgment. Giving evidence, Dr. Ahim said, it was quite shameful to say the least. I have only myself to blame. He said that he let his colleagues and his NHS trust down. I don't know what NH stands for. He added, I offer my sincere apologies to everyone involved, and I want the opportunity to put this right. The doctor added the incident happened after a stressful time for his family when he and his wife were failing to connect as a couple following the premature birth of his daughter. The hearing is set to continue on Friday. Doesn't say what kind of surgery it was or anything like that.
I think, I don't know. I don't know. You left me speechless. I don't know. The whole thing.
I did it again on the podcast.
I usually have something pithy to say. No, I don't. It's ridiculous. And that he's like, yeah, it was me. I did some horrible things.
At least he's man enough to admit it. I mean, when you get caught P and V, it's kind of hard to be like, my dick wasn't in there.
That's true. Yeah. All right, Kota, you enjoy hunting, yes?
Yeah.
Something that you'd like to pick up again someday in your life?
Yes.
Well, just go to Cornell University. It's a university back east where a couple of the gentlemen in one of the frats killed a bear. They killed a bear. They didn't go into detail about that, which I kind of wanted to be like, well, how the heck does that happen? And they took it into the grand hall of the place where they live to butcher it.
Mm-hmm.
So they drug it from wherever they killed it at to the frat house and dismembered it there. And funny, joke, but did we just... Are those serial killers in the making? Like, I don't recall in the article it stating anything about, like, so-and-so was versed in the art of bear hunting or versed in the art of dismemberment. No, nothing like that. It was like they dismembered it, and I'm like, that's so unhealthy, right?
I mean, but did they do it legally?
They didn't say.
Like, did they had a tag for the animal?
Would you like me to read?
I'm all for hunting. Yeah, I'm all for hunting if it's done legally. When you're poaching, then I have a problem. You know what I mean?
Cornell students kill bear, bring into residence hall, and skin and butcher it. Ithaca, New York. Students at Cornell University in upstate New York are concerned after 2 undergraduates killed a bear, brought it back to their dorm hall, and a spokesperson for the where they butchered the animal. Over the weekend, the students, who are confirmed to have valid New York State hunting licenses, killed the animal and brought it back to the dorm building for processing. A police report was made when a complaint was filed late Sunday night regarding the situation. Pictures circulating in the Cornell University subreddit page allegedly show the skinned animal lying on a tarp-covered table in what looks to be a shared kitchen area. Cornell's spokesperson was not immediately available to confirm the veracity of the photos, so if they were real or not.
I don't know. Yeah, it sounds pretty real to me.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about how they killed it.
What are they doing in New York? They let people get away with biting colleagues 10 plus times, and now the colleges are just letting them butcher animals. What's going on in New York?
Well, now that you mention that, I know you don't like him, but the what's his name? Robert Kennedy Jr. lived in upper state New York, and he killed a bear, or like no, he was driving from upstate to New York City and came across a dead bear, and he was like, well, I'll take it if nobody wants it. And he was going to take it and butcher it, but he left it in his car, and then it started to stink. So he like, well, I know what to do. I'll throw it out into the woods of Central Park, and nature will reclaim it and it'll be good.
What?
And you have to look up the story. What? It's hysterical. It's funny. It's a funny story, but yeah. And so him and a friend took the bear and put it in Central Park somewhere, and unfortunately I think he got caught because he had I don't know how he got caught, but yeah. Is that the craziest story? Like bears in New York. It just seems so crazy because you think New York is New York, but upstate New York is very, very wildernessy.
That's a wild, wild west out there, I guess. I am speechless. I don't have anything to say. What the fuck?
It's a night of W.T.Fs. I just want to let everybody know that we are on all the platforms. So make sure that you download us and watch us on all the platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all of them. So leave us a message and let us know what you want us to do.
Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, guys, we're going to end it here. And as always, please drink your water and talk to your therapist.
Oh, for the love of the
fucking wild.
Talk to your therapist before you do stuff.
Hell yeah, I suck toes.
Why? That's a little odd, Dakota.